Forces Radio, BFBS, Hal Stewart here with you. I'm very pleased to say that I am joined once again by Jane Allen, who is just an incredible woman, because not only is she incredible anyway, but the fact that she's been walking for so long for such a great cause means we have to find out what she's up to. And as we speak, Jane Allen, welcome back to the programme. Where are you?
Hal, to explain, I'm at the southwest corner of Scotland, so the border is getting closer. I've passed through Stranraer. I've walked down the great big long finger of the Mull of Galloway, and I'm currently looking back towards the Mull of Galloway and across down to the Isle of Man now. So England is getting closer.
It really is. Last time we spoke, You actually said something that really resonated with me, which was you didn't realise till you started walking around it just how big Scotland actually was.
It has been huge, and we reckon by the time I leave Scotland, I will have been up here about 6 months. Now, true,
Wow.
I haven't walked for all of that 6 months because I had a couple of weeks off for the wedding and things, but a long time. But since we last spoke, Hal, you will be interested to know we've celebrated 3 anniversaries. The anniversary of the 21st of October was when Nelson had his great battle at the Battle of Trafalgar. It was also exactly a year earlier, on the 21st of October last year, we set off on the Victory Walk. And it was also our wedding anniversary. I'm pleased to say we're still married. And
this is your husband, I should point out, not you and I.
No. My husband, Frank, the former Royal Marine. Absolutely spot on. Support team of one. So we're still married, and we've achieved in that time. I've walked 3,300 miles by the time I got to our wedding anniversary, and a year on in the walk.
That's incredible. I was trying to work out exactly where we were on the 1,000-mileometer because we spoke to you at the sort of 2,500-mile point. Yes.
Skegness was 1,000, 2,000 was Wick.
That's
and
right.
Then we spoke up Scotland's most northerly point, and now, in fact, the Mull of Galloway, for those that know Scotland, it is Scotland's most southerly point, and if you draw a line across, you come sort of in line with Newcastle and Hartlepool. So I'm definitely coming down that map at last.
Yeah, you really are close. Now, the reason you're doing this, please, Jane.
Right, I'm doing it because I'm a former service person myself. In fact, I started the walk while I was still serving, so 37 years in the Naval Reserve, of which 10 or so years was serving full-time for the Royal Navy. And last year I was the lead for Wren's 100. And I'm raising the money for Wren's Benevolent Trust, and the other charity is the Royal Navy Royal Marines charity. And I think it's worth me telling you that all of those have come to the fore since we last spoke.
Good.
I got contacted by somebody, so as a former Wren, she only served 5 years, and it really puts things into perspective. 46 years old, a divorcee, but she's got a neurological condition affecting her spinal cord. So at the age of 46, she's now in a wheelchair, and the Wren's Benevolent Trust helped her. And she'd served just a 5-year term in the Wren's, but it doesn't matter how long you've served, the charity looks after you.
Yeah.
The next example was brilliant. We walked into Faz Lane. I'd achieved about 3,100 miles by then, and Faz Lane Naval Base, so here's a laugh for you. It took me 49 weeks to walk from Portsmouth Naval Base up to Faz Lane Naval Base. I think it would have been quicker on a flight somehow. But
Yep, I think you're right.
But when I walked in there, and it got a great reception. The base has got its own piper, and they turned out, they put their hands in their pockets. And just down the road from Faz Lane, although it's slightly delayed, it'll be early in the new year now, the Drumfork Centre will open, and that's for families, for people serving, whether you're serving or you're the wife of or the husband of, and get-togethers. And then the final thing that really brought it home to me, as I walked across, I've walked over the last river now, the River Clyde outside Glasgow, and I walked into an Erskine home, and the Erskine home has had grants from the Royal Navy Royal Marines charity, and I met a 96-year-old Matlow there, on his own now, widowed, and clearly, not in the best of health, but being brilliantly looked after in this home. And, the charity, the Royal Navy Royal Marines charity, gives regular grants to that place. And to see a naval veteran, so I've seen it all really in the last sort of 2 months, and that naval veteran was in the best possible hands there. And I think that's what people sometimes forget. It doesn't matter whether you're still serving, whether you've just left, or you're in your sort of your twilight years. The charities do still look after their own, and I think that's what's so important to me.
And what helps you push on when those feet are aching, when the back is sore and you're thinking it's cold. It's just remembering the work that these charities are doing, that you're raising funds for. I think you put that absolutely brilliantly.
It's so true. I remember that. And also the other thing, somebody asked me the other day what keeps me going, and I think the other thing that keeps me going is lots of people have helped us along the way. And in fact, last night we were going to be parked out on a golf course somewhere, and somebody said, no, come and park on our drive, and that's where we are at the minute. And it's those people as well. You don't want to let them down. They all believe in you, and you want to be sure not to let them down. At the end of the day, it's a case of just, as you said, pushing on. And certainly the feet are sore at the minute. I'm very overdue for 2 new pairs of boots.
I bet. Well, we believe in you here at Forces Radio BFBS. We know you're going to finish. We've also got the Christmas break coming up, which I bet you can't wait for.
It's our only annual leave, if you like, this year. We assess at the moment we're going to be, by then, in North Wales, sort of near Porthmadog. So we're looking around for somewhere in Porthmadog. We've got a couple of ideas where we're going to go. And that will be a great break certainly for me, but also for Frank. He's on support every day. He's seen me. I have to say, there was one day when we were down on the Mull of Kintyre, appalling weather conditions for me. I was getting later and later, and I was way past my rendezvous time. He was worried sick, but there's no phone signal down there. And it's times like that when I eventually sort of hobbled along the road in the most awful conditions and said to him, I'm so sorry, I'm so late. I was about an hour and a half behind. He said, well, I was just beginning to think about emergency services, because you are so late and you're not normally late. And that you realise then what pressure he's under as well.
That's true.
At the other end of it all. That I'm definitely more than a fifth of the way through now. That I'm certainly halfway through. But my target is sitting at about £10,000 in donations, and I'm aiming for 50. And if there's anybody out there who will donate, but just even to donate to a mad woman who's continuing to persevere, even if they've got no connections, but I know BFBS has, so any Royal Marines, Royal Navy people, if they can just go to the website, victorywalk.uk, and from there you can see my route, where I plan to go, and also how to donate. Any donations, however small, are gratefully appreciated.
Victorywalk.uk. Right. Well, Jane Allen, I think, as I've said to you before, what you're doing is incredible. You make me want to get out there and walk.
Come and join me.
You're a little far away at the moment. Well, Jane, good luck with the rest. Let's keep in touch. Let's speak to you again, and enjoy that break if we don't chat before Christmas.
We will chat before Christmas.
Good.
And just to say today, beautiful weather.
Definitely good. It's getting chillier, though, so make sure you wear plenty of gloves.
I know, we're about to put our winter duvet.
It's that time of the year. When Jane Allen gets the winter duvet, you know it's officially cold.
Thanks, Hal. Speak again.